So please, whilst I am going to be sharing, I also want engagement from us because my eyes are right on the chat box. Okay. So hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Leadership Fundamentals, building a strong foundation for success in 2021. And I'm so excited because this is our first webinar on the CETEL tribe. So if you are not yet on the CETEL tribe and you are listening to this live session, or you're going to get to watch the replay, please do reach out to the number we are going to be putting underneath this video on our YouTube channel. Reach out to the number so that you can be a part of our tribe. The CETEL tribe, currently we have close to about 400 educators, and it's been a fantastic year for us. So if I have anybody that is saying that about the CETEL tribe, please do drop yes in the. So Lu, please help me take charge of that person. Yeah, thank you. Let me drop yes in the chat box. If you have been a beneficiary, CETEL tribe has been beneficial to you in one way or the other, please share. Thank you, Tolu. Thank you, everyone. Daniel, wow, you are back on this call this evening. Fantastic. It says leaders never get tired. It says yes plus. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Abdulatif, for accepting my request in the shortest notice. I really, really appreciate this. Now let's get started. I know, yes, a couple of people on this call actually knows Dr. Toyin, right? And I mean, I'm not a stranger to a lot of us, but I know that a lot of people are going to be watching this on YouTube, on replay. So I'm going to share a bit about myself, okay? And my name is Dr. Toyin Samemehelu, and I'm a competent, seasoned consultant. I'm a certified leadership coach and mentor, as well as a business leader. I'm the CEO and lead consultant at CETEL, which is Core Skills Transformational Academy. Right now, we have a staff strength of 10 of us working remotely across different states in Nigeria. I also have my doctorate in educational planning and management from Prowell University in the US. I'm also the SSA. So, Luke, please, can you help with that? Is somebody distracting? Yes, I'm also the SSA to the Director General at the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria. So if you're looking forward to becoming a coach, a certified coach, not a coach just by name, because everybody now are bearing the name coach, but you want to be a certified coach recognized by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And because we are actually the leading body of coaching and mentoring in Africa, please do reach out to any of the admins on the CETEL tribe or anyone that sent you the link to this Zoom session. And for those that were watching the replay on YouTube, just check out the contact number on the footnote of this video. I'm also a fellow of the Institute, and I'm also a fellow of the International Management Consultants and the Pan-African Consultants Association. Oh, wow, this is outdated. I'm currently the author of 22 books. My 23rd book will be out the first quarter of this year. I'm a brand ambassador to 2 global education brands, and I also serve as the training and development lead at Equip Nigeria. So Equip Nigeria is the non-for-profit organization of John C. Maxwell. So I am actually in charge of training and development for the entire 36 states. I'm a wife and a mother of 2 young, astonishing leaders. And, like I would always say, I am always so excited that, I'm privileged to serve in all these various capacities, right? One of the questions I get asked most of the time is, Dr. Toyin, how do you cope, right? And oftentimes I just smile because part of the things that makes me cope is what I'm going to be sharing on this live call. So let's get started. So today we'll be considering the fundamentals of leadership. Remember, and we are looking at how we can build a strong foundation for success. Yes, so by the way, for those that came in early, we were sharing our expectations for tonight's webinar. So if you haven't shared your expectation, please do share on the chat box. I would like to read them. So please quickly do that right now while I read the expectation, while I go through the learning outline. So we're looking at short introduction, leadership values, leadership laws, leadership qualities, leadership skills, leadership challenges, leadership rewards. Remember, we are laying the foundation for a successful 2023. So I want to see the chat room buzzing. I want to see the chat room buzzing. I want to be able to read, all right, from you. What are your expectations? Wow, fantastic. We have 16 people on the call. What are your expectations for this live session? It's very important. I want to feel the temperature in the room. I want to feel the pulse. You know, I want to feel, why did you actually decided to leave every other thing and say, hey, I'm going to be with Dr. Toyin this beautiful evening? What are your reasons? What are your whys? I am so looking forward to hearing from us. Okay? Amazing. So please do share your expectations in the chat room. Now we are going to be looking at these key 6 fundamentals. So when we talk about leadership fundamentals, you're considering leadership values, you're considering leadership laws, you are considering leadership qualities, you are considering leadership skills, you are considering leadership challenges and leadership rewards. And so from there, we share the summary. Please, I'm still looking forward towards your expectations. Like I told us, I'm not going to be talking at us. We're going to be having engagement. Okay, so Tolu has shared his expectation. Essay has shared her expectation. Mrs. Adenike, what is your expectation? Adiola, what's your expectation? Aderonke, Temilola, what's your expectation? Afolabi, what's your expectation? Antonia, I'd like to know your expectations. Uche, Asuko, I'd like to know your expectations. Oh, okay, Bridget is here. Let me make her a co-host as well. So Bridget, you're going to, share your expectations. Why are you here? Daniel and I have been in several meetings since yesterday. Please do share your expectation. Fanabel, I'd like to hear from you. Adewale Aderibibe, Mrs. Toyosi, Taki, I like to, an Infinix Note 10 Pro. You may want to rename and share your expectations. So please do share your expectations with me. I really look forward to reading them. So, introduction, why leadership fundamentals? I'm sure you're considering why did we have to talk about leadership fundamentals? Why? I mean, what is it about? Why is leadership so critical? For such a time as this, whether for personal or professional reasons. I want one or two people to share their ideas. Why do you think we have to consider leadership fundamentals, right, in this time and age? Why do you think it's very important? Please use the chat box. I know we may want to talk, but please use the chat box so that we can save time and we can save time, and also we won't have to be having issues with mute and all that. Okay, amazing. I can see responses in the chat room already, and I'm going to acknowledge these people. Okay, thank you. Tolu says leadership is everything. Are you for real? Okay, Mrs. Toyosi says learn to do things right. Okay, leadership fundamental is to be considered because it helps us to learn how to do things right, treat people right, and just provide rewards. Okay. Tolu and yeah, thank you. Then Afolabi Aduni says, having found myself currently in a leadership position, I would like to learn the basics on how to navigate through the challenges of being in that position. My sister, you have to learn. It's a skill. Yes, Mrs. Adenike says to have accountability group check for your leadership potentials. Amazing. So take your pen, your notepad, and get ready. Leadership fundamentals is very essential because, like we have mentioned earlier, right, it's going to help us do a lot of things with our lives. It's going to help us build a strong foundation. And in fact, I shouldn't have said build a strong foundation for success in 2024. I should have said for life. But then I know that I can use 2024 because there's still a lot of buzzing about the year and all for us. Okay. Essay says everything rises and falls on leadership. Fantastic. Right. So now the reason why leadership is very essential while we are going this route is, of course, I'm going to share very, very briefly, but it's not on my slide. So it's best you take notes, right, while I shoot. The first reason is because leadership is very important for our day-to-day living. And like most of us have said, I agree, right? Leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. The more you know, the better you act. The better you act, the better results that you get, right? So leadership helps you to just stay above. Please, Tolu and Bridget, kindly mute. There's a mic stopping at the background. So, for your day-to-day living, leadership is very crucial. Like Mrs. Adenike said, secondly, for accountability. I want somebody to be scribing in the chat room. Okay. Mr. Adewale Ademike said, my expectation, I look forward to having such a time as this. The first time I reached out to her for counseling, she gave me an hour prize. I ran away. So having this free webinar is a great privilege for me. I'm really grateful for having to know more about leadership as I want to be a better leader. That's quite hilarious. So everyone on this webinar, you have to value this time and this opportunity. That's what Adewale is saying. So the first thing I said is that for being a better person, that's one of the reasons why you have to learn about leadership intentions. Every other thing comes secondly. Being a better person. Secondly, I mentioned the fact that accountability, right? Accountability is very, very key. Something that you cannot afford to joke with in your leadership journey. All right. And so it's one thing for you to be a better person, be a better leader, but it takes a lot to consistently be an outstanding leader. Why? Because you need to be an accountable person. If you are a leader, the greatest way you can fall is by not being accountable to anyone. The greatest way a leader can fall is by you not being accountable to anyone. So if you are following a leader that does not have a leader, you are in a danger zone. Everybody type danger zone. Danger zone. If you have any leader that says, I don't follow any leader, nobody is so type danger zone. If you can hear me, that is a serious danger zone. So the second one is accountability. Yes. So the first one is for you to be a better person. The second reason is for accountability. Now the third reason is for you to be able to solve problems. Sincerely, leaders are problem solvers. Leaders are problem solvers. Nobody wants to follow a leader that doesn't solve a problem. Nobody wants to follow a leader that cannot give direction. Nobody wants to follow a leader that cannot effectively communicate. Nobody wants to follow a leader that does not problem solve. Now, another thing is decision making. If you are able to have a good grasp of the fundamentals of leadership, you are able to make better decisions, right? And the quality of decisions you make affects your life, either for the good or for the worse. So everybody put their quality decisions. In the chat room, I want to see quality decisions, or you just put QD, right? It is very essential for you to be able to have that quality decisions, non-negotiable. So please, you want to make sure you put QD in the chat session. So learning the fundamentals of leadership will also be able to help you to make quality decisions. Now, it will also help you to become a motivation and inspiration to others. So if you notice, I started from the benefits it has for you first, right? For you first, before even those that are following you. So for those that have, so let me see the person that can type the most amount of things I've mentioned concerning why it is important for you to master leadership fundamentals. The person with the highest number is going to get a gift from me after this session. So I'm waiting to see that in the chat room. So I have already mentioned the areas of personal stuff. Now I'm evolving into why it is important for you to master fundamentals of leadership for the people that are following you. So, like I mentioned, the place of being a motivation and inspiration. Now, another thing is it helps you to be able to resolve conflict. Leadership skills empowers you to handle conflicts diplomatically, promoting harmonious and productive work environments. And when I'm talking about leadership, I don't want us to limit it to the concept of just the workplace. Leadership in the family. If you are a parent, both mom and dad, your first child, second child, everyone is a leader in the family because the quality of the leaders represented in the family impacts on the qualities of leaders in the workplace, impacts on the quality of leaders in a state, our nation, the society, and the world at large. All right, and then finally, for impact and influence. For impact and influence. Very key. Very, very key. Okay? For impact and influence. So I'm still looking for the person that will give me the highest points why studying leadership potentials this evening is very, very crucial. So please, if you want to win my gift, I look forward to seeing your response. Wow, some responses have started coming in. Thank you so much, Antonia. Antonia was able to, tell us that accountability, solving problems, quality decision. Okay, that's still 3 because problem solvers was repeated. So Antonia is in for the game. Who else is ready to show her shiggy? To become solution to the nation. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Julu. So let's move on. Having said that, I want to let us know that we have our 21st edition of core skills in mentoring. It's going to start July 15th to February 29th. As I speak, 2 slots are taken. We only get to take 10 people per slot. And once we have those 10 people, what we do is we put you on the waiting list until the second place. Now, on the waiting list, currently we have 22 people. So don't think that, oh, okay, only 2 people and then you relax. On the waiting list, we have 22 people. And what that means is that there is a slim chance of you that you are just getting to know about this thing to get in. But payment validates securement of the space. So like I said, 2 people, 2 slots gone. We have 8 more slots to go. We have a waiting list of 22 people. I think after this afternoon, 23, somebody called in from Uyo. And during this core skills in mentoring, because it's not also enough for you to just learn about leadership fundamentals, right? During this core skills in mentoring, you are going to first of all carry a critical and comprehensive life audit analysis. You're going to be taught how to set flexible goal setting skills. Now, when it comes to goal setting, your why must be constant. Your who, your what must be quite constant. Your which, your when must be flexible. Okay, that's what some people don't also know. So they feel that if they don't, a lot of people feel that if they don't achieve that goal, the way they have drafted it, they have failed. No way. A goal is like a plan. It can always be rejected. Ronaldo, Messi, they can score from any angle of the goalpost. Do I have football fans in the house? Am I speaking your mind? A midfielder can score, a defender can score, a striker can even score from the middle of the field. Guys, let me know if I am making sense. If I'm making sense, type MS for the football lovers in the room. So flexible goal setting skills is not limited to you just learning about goal setting. Then we have the self-discovery skills where we have about 7 psychometric tests where you are able to refine through your core. Now, one of the reasons why, like I said, one of the reasons why I said I was going to answer that question where people ask me, Dr. Tony, how do you cope? How do you cope? How do you cope? One of the reasons why is because I have identified my key areas of strength, right? And I'm able to use what we call the SWOT analysis. I know a lot of us are used to SWOT analysis, but let me just give you a very beautiful insight into how you can do your SWOT analysis. So you strengthen your strengths. Okay. So somebody should type in the chat box, strengthen your strengths. You delegate your weaknesses. You know, we always hear you work on your weaknesses. You see the time you are using to waste time to work on your weaknesses. The truth is that somebody's weaknesses is your strength. Somebody's strength is your weakness. So instead of having to go through that route, what I would advise you is look for that person that complements you so well that covers up for your weaknesses. Now, Dr. Tony looks like a superstar. She looks like flawless. She looks like somebody that does not go to the toilet. But guys, I do all these things though, right? The reason is because I have delegated my weaknesses. When I'm onboarding people, I look out for people that will compensate for my weaknesses. Now, what do you do to your opportunity? You maximize it. So, like a lot of us have said, a couple of us have said, this webinar is an opportunity because if you want to get my attention one-on-one outside the free seminars that I offer, people rates have gone up. It's 40,000 naira per hour. Yes, if you're going to sit with Dr. Toyin, whether virtually or physically one-on-one, I don't charge less than 40,000. And that's just the truth. Right? And then for your threats, you then avoid your threats because a threat has the potential to take your life out. That was why during the COVID-19, most of us had to wear our nose masks. Some of us, in fact, the way we were doing the social distancing, even till now, some people can't still shake because they know that COVID is a threat and has the capacity to take their life out. Now, your threats that are intangibles are even more viral than COVID. Their threats that are intangible are more viral than COVID-19. So you don't want to joke with your life. You don't want to joke with things that you have identified as a strength on your SWOT analysis. Okay, enough about SWOT. Then you also get to learn about online facilitation skills. Okay, so here you are going to have opportunity to present, to hone your communication and facilitation skills. Then we have strategic reading and review skills. So it's not just about jumping on every article, jumping on every book. You must read purposefully. Those are part of my secrets, people. Then you have access to 6 online courses on our online school, in our online school. And then you have opportunity to network, and then you're going to have your electronic certificates and lots more. Let me tell you, so many people have gotten fantastic jobs by having core skill certificates on their CVs, by having core skill certificates on their CVs, by having it on their you know, on their CVs, on their curriculum vitae, on their, as part of their certificate. So because they say core skills don't dash people certificates. You must have gone through the process. So the investment is 160,000 for 6 weeks, but we are giving a 50% discount for the first batch. I'm saying with emphasis for the first batch of the year. If you don't lock down this space, which is 80,000, you are going to pay instead of 160. By next batch, to God who made me, it's going to be 100,000. So that's that about that. End of marketing. So let me see what we have in the chat room. Okay, fantastic. All right, so we have Augusto says motivator, good decision maker, impact and influence software product. January, not July. Okay, sorry, I meant January. January edition. Okay. So sometimes my mouth speaks faster than my brain. So it's for the January edition. Okay. So the next one is, okay, essay says no more and do more. Be a better person. Be a better person, right? Be accountable. So don't fall. Yes. Solace problem. Give directions. Mr. Mark, please give me a minute. Sorry, I had to call my son. All right. So, hey, this person is about this. So, essay says know and do more. Be accountable. Okay, give directions, good communication skills, decision making to motivate and inspire, conflict resolution. So, I think so far so good. Essay is about leading. Tolu, please let me know who the winner is. The one that has the most. Adiola says impact and influence, solving problems, quality decisions, accountability, motivation, parental guidance. Yeah. So when I was talking about, we shouldn't limit it to just the workplace, but also for, you know, also for um other reasons. Okay, thank you so much. So let me know who the winner is, the one with the longest. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for others. I can see all your messages. I'm very, very grateful. Yeah. Strengthen your strengths, delegate your weakness, maximize your opportunity, avoid your threats. So let's move on. Now, let's go deep dive into the main forte of today's conversation. Fundamentals of leadership. So we have leadership values, right? Leadership starts from inside out. Don't let anybody deceive you. A lot of people think that leadership is by position. John C. Maxwell calls that the lowest level of leadership, leadership by title. So we have leadership by position, leadership by persuasion, leadership by permission, leadership by, for those that knows those things, do we have anybody that knows about that? You know, the 5 level of P of leadership, according to John C. Maxwell, right? Somebody can Google and share on the chat section, you know. So it talks about those 4, levels, and to the point where people give you the permission to lead them. Leadership by permission, they give it. So it is important that you know that being a leadership position is the lowest level. So leadership values are the core principles and beliefs that guide a leader's behavior, decision making, and interactions with others. So you want to do a deeper dive, but the first fundamental you need to be able to lay for a solid foundation in 2024 is you must really understand and dig very, very deep into what leadership values are. And then you have to be able to choose your own leadership values. So I have 4, which includes discipline, integrity, excellence, and love. You may want to choose them. And please don't just choose them by the reason of choosing them. Choose them and go and research what the meaning of those words are for you. There are a lot more. I just shared this few ones. Go and search for the meaning of what they represent, and not just what they represent, but what they represent to you. So if you want to see what our own core values represent to us, go to our website, www.coreskillsdev.com. So look, please help me drop the website link in the chat box. So you can then read. So it is not the general meaning that it has to people. Discipline, integrity, excellence, love, professionalism means something unique to us in our own context. So you have to be able to define that. Secondly, the first one I said, leadership values. The second fundamental you need to be able to master are leadership laws. You see why I love laws? Laws and principles are no respecter of people, time, race, gender, religion, as long as you align with these fundamental truths and guidelines, and you make sure that they govern the aspects of your behavior, relationship, and systems, and you make them come to a place of conceptual framework, it is definitely going to give you that best outcome that you desire. You are definitely going to have that success you are looking forward to as a leader. So you have to be able to know what they are. And I'll recommend the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership. Because of our time, I'll not be able to explain this, but I know what all these laws means by heart. The law of lead talks about that you can't lead beyond your capacity as a leader. A leader puts a cap on the capacity of the people he or she leads, the organization, the resources. The law of influence says that everybody wants to follow a leader that, has value. The law of process says that you cannot jump the gun. In leadership, you have to learn the ropes. You have to go through the process. The law of navigation says that leadership is like a compass, it's like a ruler. And so when the leader sets out on the wrong direction, everybody follows. The law of addition says that if you want to add leaders, raise followers. If you want to multiply leaders, raise other leaders. So I'm not going to be able to go deep dive into that. The law of solid ground and all of that and all of that and all of that. So because of our time, you may want to sit down with all these laws. See, if you can align to this law, I tell you, I put down my name to tell you that this I spent years internalizing these laws. And that's why I can share it with you by heart. You know, the law of connection says that you should ask for your people's hearts before you ask for their hands. Okay? Mute your mic. You need to ask for a leader's hand before you can ask for their heart. You know, so all these are very, very essential things that we have to consider as someone that is really, really looking forward to becoming, you know, a leader in his own right. Thank you so much. Yes, the 5 levels of leadership: leadership by position, by permission, production, people development, and pinnacle. So pinnacle is the highest level. And all these things too has a lot of things to it. Thank you so much, Tolu. So you may want to check our website out and check out what those values mean to us. Okay, so because of our time, I can't take so much of those words. Next, you have to consider the fundamentals of leadership qualities. You see this one, if you don't have it, forget about it. What did I say? If you don't have it, forget about it. You see, when it comes to leadership qualities, it has to be inherent. You have to, you have to be able to own it, right? You have to be able to, so I'm going to give you an example. When you hear the name Dr. Toyin Samemehelu, what qualities come to you? Let's quickly do this exercise. What do you think of? What just one word. What is that word that sparks up in your mind? I don't need a sentence on this call. I just need one word. I just need one word. Please, let's quickly do this exercise. When you think about Dr. Toyin Samemehelu, what comes to you? What is that one thing that you say, this is the word that jumps at me? So let's do that quickly. You heard Dr. Toyin Samemehelu is speaking. You see my face on flyer. Like a lot of us, we were invited to this program. What jumps at you? Yeah, Adiola says mentorship. Influencer. Adenike says influencer. Okay, let's have 2 or 3 more. Excellent. Practical. Can you see? Can you see? Excellence. Can you see? Can you see? And I mean, excellence. Yeah, so guys, you see, and it says a future that defines and distinguishes an individual. So people will say, Dr. Toyin is just in a class of our own. I didn't arrive here overnight. It was a quality that I had to fan to flame. And I'm still fanning to flame till tomorrow. So if I can offer free webinars that is this integrity, thank you so much, Onoyemi. If I can offer this valuable content at a free webinar, so imagine what our paid webinar looks like. This is fire. So, for leadership qualities, oh, sorry, must be a mistake. Oh, okay. For leadership qualities, so you want to consider anything that has to do with something that would help you to be remembered, that will make your name, lasting in the mind of people. So you don't want to joke with it. If I'm making sense, please type LS, 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 LS in the chat box. LS, LS. If you are having a great time this evening, if you know that your data is not being wasted, if you know that Dr. Toyin is giving me as it is hot, they say no, what's that slang now? No grief for anybody. I learned that today. And then somebody also said, somebody also made mention to say, they will say, follow one road. Wow, I can't see this person. Yeah, thank you so much, Tolu. And they say follow who no road, but I now heard that they now say follow who no road, but hold your transport money. Oh, you're no longer an admin. Oh, so sorry. Let me do that again. All right. So they say it is now follow who no road and hold your transport money. All right. So I don't. I mean, when I heard that, Solu, I've made you. Yes, I've made you co-host now. Thank you, dear. So no grief for anybody, even your landlord. Ah, okay, oh, Adiola, no grief, oh. Doctor, yeah, you cannot leave me. Oh. All of us, I'm moving with the trend. So thank you, everybody. So leadership skills are qualities encompass, you know, a range of attributes, traits, and skills that effective leaders possess. These qualities attributes to a leader's ability to guide, inspire, and influence others towards achieving a common goal. That's leadership skills for you. So we all know all these things, right? I don't need to overflog things. We all know what these things represent, one way or the other, right? So, and if you don't really know, I have two books on leadership, especially for educators. We have the Personal Leadership for Educators, and we have the School Leaders Toolkit. So you may want to get those books so that you can get deep insights. All these things were shared, leadership qualities, leadership skills, and see how you can actually make it a part and parcel of your day-to-day living. So that's just something that comes with free webinars, right? So sometimes you don't get the entirety because that's just the way it is. So they say now, no, don't just follow Uno Road, follow Uno Road and hold your transport money if you really want to follow the person. Don't be say you go follow the person, reach one or two bus stops, come down. Meanwhile, you have not gotten to your destination. I think I really love that analogy. So yes, you may say, Dr. Tony, I don't have that 80K. Right? Seriously, the 80K is not something within my budget. But we also have what is called the Leadership Challenge, which is 5 days of massive leadership growth. And it runs between the 8th to 12th of January 2024, and it's just 10,000. So if you cannot invest 10,000 in yourself, in honing your leadership skills, talking about all the benefits that you will get by being able to become a better leader, then I don't know how I can help you again. Okay, maybe you can still buy ebook, but this challenge actually comes with a lot. So we have free ebook, and this free ebook is one of the books I published last year, which is the 365 days transformational journal. What that means is that you have access to something you can read every single day for the next 365 days. Do you know what that means? Then you must have spent more than 10,000 hours. And there is something called the outliers principle. Say if you want to be a master in any field, commit to reading about that particular field for 10,000 hours. That's why if you pinch me, leadership will flow. If you beat me, leadership will flow, mentorship will flow, because I've been a student of leadership since I was 10. So try to calculate, and I'm 41. So in the past 31 years of my life, I have actively been a student of leadership. And this is somebody that, so, I mean, offering you 10,000 is, the price is also going to go up later in the year. Why? Because beginning of the year, people will say, oh, they spent a lot of money. So we try to make our prices very malleable. So please do take advantage of this. You're also going to have daily free podcasts on leadership from my own role models. I'm not going to mention their names so that you're not going to search for them and get their podcast. Then you're going to have daily free worksheets. There's social media visibility. Social media visibility because you're going to be tagging me at the end of every single day. Okay. And then you're also going to have a certificate of participation. So we have some of the people that have made payments here. Mrs. Toyosi have made payments. While I was starting on this course, somebody also made payment. So we have 10 slots, and currently 6 slots has been taken. And we have about 120-something people on the waiting list. So, in other words, you coming on this live webinar is a blessing for you to quickly key in to make sure that you be a part of it. Now, just reach out to me via DM or anyhow, anywhere you got this link from joining, reach out for the account details and we'll be glad to have you on board. And that's the starting on Monday. Now, another question a lot of people ask is what time of the day? It is self-paced. We are factored in adult education and we know it's not very easy for most of us to just be, especially the fact that school is resuming on Monday, but you can actually, because very early in the morning, as early as 6:30, okay, don't let me say 6:30, as early as 7:30, before 8 o'clock, you get the link. And that's just the truth. You get all the things you're supposed to do for that day. So you can actually use your break time. You can use your closing hour. Just make sure you do it that day at your convenience, right? So that's that about it. So going back to leadership skills, like I said, most of us are used to all these skills. And if you are not, get the book Personal Leadership as well as the School Leaders Toolkit. Core skills in mentoring tool will help you, especially if you're already a veteran leader and you are looking forward to raise other leaders. Okay, so let's look at leadership challenges, right? This is another fundamental leadership skill or fundamental leadership fundamental that you need to be able to get on board with. Now, leadership challenges refers to obstacles, difficulties, or complexities that individuals in leadership roles may encounter while guiding and managing teams or organizations. Remember what I said at the beginning, that even getting the leadership fundamentals will make you a better problem solver. So before you start solving problems for other people, you are able to solve problems better for yourself. All right, you're able to solve problems better for yourself. Oh, wow. Somebody else has made payment now. So we have just three slots to go. Thank you so much, Mrs. Adeola. See you. Right. You're able to make better decisions for yourself, and not just for yourself. You're also able to then begin to have the capacity to solve leadership challenges. Now, let me tell you something. At the point at which I am in my life, I've so much been able to solve a lot of problems for people, for myself first, my family, people, um, for nation, for a large group of people, for business owners and organizations. As I speak to you, you know, I told you that I serve as senior special assistant to the Director General at the Chartered Institute of Mentoring and Coaching. And I resumed that office since 2019. I have been begging that when will I hand over? They refuse to let me go. I'm on the John C. Maxwell's non-for-profit organization as the head of training and development. And Daniel is on this call with me. And we had a brainstorming session between yesterday. In fact, I just got back home a while ago solving problems. And then God told me, he says that, Toyin, I'm taking you to the level where you begin to solve leadership problems for presidents of nations. Now, do you think that I'm going to sit down and fold my hands? Now, this is a call to a greater level of assignment. So my leadership study just started. I just got 2 of these magazines, right, which I'm going to start sitting down. One talks about from competition to collaboration, best practices for business, embracing partnerships across the continent. I'm also going to be reading a lot on this, where, it talks about how, you can position to solve leadership for entrepreneurs across different parts of the world. So guys, if you sign up for all these my programs, I am not waiting. No, I won't wait for you people to catch up with me. As you are coming close, I'm I'm raising the bar. So follow Uno Road and take along your transport money. So leadership challenges, the world is looking for people that can solve problems. As a matter of fact, the reason why you are being paid at the level at which you are being paid right now is because of the kind of problems that you are solving. And maybe you are even solving problems that are much more than that, but you don't know how to package yourself to be able to communicate effectively. Remember what I said, that leadership is part of what will help you to be able to communicate better. It's one thing for you to be doing all the work. It's another thing for people to know that you are doing it, right? As a leader, there are 3 rooms that you must have. right? You must have the war room where you converse with your creator to give you direction. It was during my war room that God told me this year that I'm beginning to step into solving problems for nations, continents. Why did you think I took 10 months of my time last year to enroll at the School of Politics, Policy, and Governance? You think I went there to play? Oh, no, I did not, because of this new level of assignment, right? So you don't want to joke with it. You don't want to joke with it at all. And it's the level at which the value that you are giving is the level at which you are being paid. Why would somebody pay me 40,000, be willing to pay 40,000 just by spending 1 hour with me? And the price is not going to stop at that, because I keep growing, I keep getting better. I have clients from Aba, I have clients from Cote d'Ivoire, I have clients from US. I'm not talking about Nigerians living in US, I'm talking about US citizens. So who told you? Who told you that you are limited to the four walls of your classroom? Who told you with the advent of social media and the virtual world? So if you can't solve challenges at a global level, it is your fault. It is your fault. If I'm talking to you, type in the chat section, hit me. I'm provoking people on this call. Type hit me. If I am, if you are the one, if that thing is entering your heart like this, piang, 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 give me feedback. So even if you can't enroll for the 80,000 naira mentoring program yet, which I think you can, it's all about your priorities. Please sign up for the leadership challenge and stop joking with your life. Stop thinking small. I'm at a point in my life where my day-to-day needs are met. And right now, I am making money not because of myself, but because I want to be a blessing to others. By the grace of God, I'm not hungry. And I can never be hungry. And I can never be poor for the rest of my life. True to be told. But I didn't arrive here overnight. I know how much I started investing in myself way back, way back in the early 2020s. I knew how sometimes the whole of my entire salary is gone. I knew how one day my husband would say, hey, it is well, oh, this one day, this contribution that we are doing, we'll be able to pack it. But the rest, like they say, is history. Now I say, babe, what can you use to support? And he supports in millions. I support my husband in millions. So people, let us say, I know agree. Oh God, amazing. Adiola say hit me. Oh, Antonia says hit me. Toluwa say I don't agree for anybody this year. Say I have a family meeting. You can go, essay. Here is to solving challenges in the family sector. Yes. I no agree this year, Debbie. Make na no agree. Oh. So follow rule, no road, and take your transport money along. So leadership challenges cuts across from managing change to uncertainty, ambiguity. If you are leading a group of people, employee engagement, work-life balance, talent management, especially, I know we have some Gen Zers in this call. But even if you don't have them to manage those group of people, I told you that all my staff are working remotely, except for my personal assistant. How am I able to lead an organization of 10 staff that are working remotely? So when people say, Dr. Toyi, you are everywhere, I say, you people don't understand. It is my people that are everywhere. They leave me to do most of the most important things. So if you're a leader here and you are a CEO, or you own a business, or you own a school, your work, you have just two assignments. And the first one is strategic planning, right? The second one is marketing your solutions. And I don't mean that you don't market as though you are begging. You are marketing to let them know we are bringing value to you. I don't market like a beggar. I don't, because I know the value that I carry and I'm bringing to the table, people. So to the place of crisis management, diversity and inclusion, decision-making dilemmas, globalization, which is the level at which I'm going now, technology integration, resolving conflicts, strategic planning, regulatory compliance, maintaining innovation, stakeholders management, financial constraint, leadership succession. And let me tell you guys, COVID is just one of the things that we saw. We are so much in a VUCA economy, which is volatile, right? Uncertain, right? Ambiguous economy. I can't remember the C now at the top of my finger. So there's other things that are still going to hit us as leaders, right? That's still going to hit us and hit every one of us if we are not adequately prepared for that I just shared with us. Next is the leadership rewards. I had to talk about the leadership challenges and let us know that, see, you don't get rewards until you solve problems. The amount of rewards you get is the amount of problems you solve. The amount of rewards you get is the amount of challenges you are able to overcome. Right? If you love soft life, be ready to work to enjoy that soft life, because that is the only soft life that can give you peace. If you do any shortcuts to enjoy soft life, it's going to catch up with you. So for leadership rewards, it refers to positive outcomes, recognitions, and belief that leaders may receive as a result of their effective leadership and the success of their team or organization. So from team successes to recognition and appreciation, personal fulfillment, personal growth, and all these things that I've listed here are the rewards. Right? Yes, Mrs. Adiola. Rewards is directly proportional to the number of problems that you solve. That's why a school that has greater population is greater problems that they are solving. We have greater income and generate the revenue. A business that have more customers is not my it's not Guanepa, right? So in conclusion, effective leadership is a multifaceted journey embarked by a commitment to core values, an understanding of fundamental laws, the embodiment of essential skills, the development of key skills, and the ability to navigate challenges with resilience. While challenges will definitely arise, from managing change to fostering diversity, leaders find intrinsic reward in the form of team success, personal growth, organizational recognition. So yesterday I posted my latest award, which I got towards the end of last year, and my social media handles are almost tearing apart with congratulations. But you guys don't know the amount of work that's gone into the sleepless night. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. So leadership is a dynamic and evolving endeavor that, when approached with dedication and authenticity, can leave a lasting positive impact on individuals, teams, and organizations. So while I talk about the summary, please begin to drop your questions in the leadership in the chat box, because we are gradually drawing to a close. I think I should be able to answer one or two responses. And for those on the Sita tribe, please go and tell the people that are not alive how hot this session was. Those people that didn't join us live. Right? So your questions should come in, and I look forward to connecting with you. Please follow me on my social media handles. So that's my direct contact number. I do put that a lot. Why? Because I'm a people's person. In as much as, yes, I'm up there, I have an executive assistant, blah, blah, blah. And she's a big woman. So when people get to talk to me, they're like, Ma, I didn't know that you are this simple. And I'm like, this life is not hard though. There's not much to it. After all of us are not going to be here forever. So I'm a people lover, sincerely, and beyond the financial gains, right? My passion is to see other people become better. Sincerely, my passion is to see other people grow. My passion is to see other people transformed. My passion is to see organizations, nations, continents, the world. And yes, I know it's not a perfect place and we can't solve all the problems, but hey, people, let's get our hands dirty and solve the ones that God has enabled us to solve. I want my name to be, written on the sand of time as a woman that came and did not leave our world the same. So thank you so much for being a part of the session this evening. If there are no questions, we will be wrapping up immediately. Thank you so much. If you're on YouTube, please make sure that you comment on this video. We like to read your comments, right? And we will see you again another time. Thank you so much for watching the replay. Thank you. All right, my people.